morning. We're live on everything, so we're really excited here. Welcome to the PT on Ice Daily Show. We're live on Facebook. We are live on Instagram. My name is Dr. Guillermo Contreras. I'm a physical therapist in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. CrossFit L2 as well, just recently. So gotta rep that proudly, which is cool to say. Coming to you from my actual clinic, my office clinic. So nothing special, nothing cool, but got the fun pipes on the ceiling, some random stuff in the background. So different setting than you're probably used to seeing me if you watch pretty often. If not, if you don't watch me often, welcome. Glad to meet you. Welcome. Glad you're here. Happy Monday. Happy post CrossFit Games Monday. The CrossFit Games concluded last night in a spectacular fashion. Just always a really fun weekend to see everything from 14-year-olds all the way up to 70-year-olds competing in a weekend of fitness events where they're just showing some just incredible feats of strength, of fitness that you don't see anywhere else. So just very, very cool weekend to see. We'll dive into that a little bit more later. But just first, let's go into what courses are coming up for ICE, what you have to look forward to this entire month of August. And I don't think I mentioned that, I'm a TA in the fitness athlete division as well as the older adult division. So if you're in either of those realms, you'll be seeing me at some point probably. So coming up courses, we have August 7th. So next weekend, I believe, injured runner, management of the injured runner is going to Orlando, Florida. We have cervical spine management in Baton Rouge with our friends at Delta Physical Therapy. So they'll be down in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Weekend after that, August 14th, we have Fitness Athlete Live coming to, apologize if I say this wrong, Wappingers, New York. So somewhere in the state of New York. And then the weekend after that, August 21st, we have Modern Management of the Older Adult in Evans, Georgia. We have Total Spine Management in Hendersonville, Tennessee at Onward, Nashville. And then we have on the final weekend of August, August 28th, 29th, we have Extremity Management in Cheyenne, Wyoming, Lumbar Management in Kingsland, Georgia, and last but certainly not least, myself, Kelly Benfey, and the also great Zach Long, the Barbell Physio, will be in Minneapolis, Minnesota with Fitness Athlete Live. So plenty of time to sign up for all those courses. We have openings in all of them, so make sure to head to ptonice.com. If you've been looking to take any of those live courses, sign up and get yourself to one of these coming up in August. We have a bunch more in September, but why not get after it now? If you're looking to take any online courses, Essential Foundations, we just finished up our previous cohort last week, and we'll be back next month with our next cohort starting up September 13th for Fitness Athlete Essential Foundations online. Can't talk this morning. And then Modern Management of the Older Adult Essential Foundations actually has a cohort starting up in just a couple weeks here on August 18th. So if you've been looking to jump into Essential Foundations either for older adults or for fitness athlete Essential Foundations, go to the website, check it out, sign up. Fantastic 8 weeks, a lot of fun looking into these movements, and I'll plug that a little bit later as well. So let's jump into the topic at hand, right? Title of the episode is coming alongside CrossFit, and that's actually a lecture we kind of dive into a little bit in Essential Foundations in one of the weeks. We discuss the importance of not basically poo-pooing, right, for lack of a better term, CrossFit. And for the longest time, especially when I was in PT school, right, all the way back in 2012 to 2015, people considered CrossFit the job security, right? Like, oh, CrossFitters, yeah, there's job security, back pain, shoulder pain, hip pain, knee pain. They got everything going on because they look terrible and they like flop around in a bar. They don't know what they're doing. And unfortunately, that's still at times something you hear. Most recently, as last week, I actually heard the idea that, like, you're a physical therapist. Oh man, CrossFitters, we keep you guys in business, huh? And it kind of just caught me off guard because this is someone I did not expect to hear it from, but I did hear it, and it's crazy. And why I want to talk about this is because, again, let's talk about the CrossFit Games, right? What is the CrossFit Games? For anybody who isn't familiar with it, who doesn't, drink the Kool-Aid, isn't into it, the CrossFit Games is a weekend-long or like a 5-day-long competition testing the fittest individuals in the world. Everyone from Brazil to Australia to Russia to Canada to the US, from all over the world, they compete on an online open format. From there, they narrow it down to like the top, like 180, who then compete in certain regions And then from there, they finalize and come to the CrossFit Games, which have been hosted in Madison, Wisconsin, my home state, or not my home state, my current state, whatever home state, for the last 4 or 5 years. There, the top 40 men and top 40 women in the world, plus the top 40 teams, plus the top like 30 males and females from 14 to 15 years old, 16 to 17 year olds, and then anywhere from 35 up to 60 plus years old compete. And if you think about that, what other sport in the world do you have individuals competing who are over 60 years old from all over the world? Right? What other sport, what other event, what other thing do you have where individuals go and you see people, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people, thousands, I said hundreds, but I meant thousands and thousands of people show up to watch people lift heavy barbells, to run, to swim, right? This weekend alone, the individual athletes, so like the top tier athletes, what did they do? They swam a mile with fins on. They kayaked for 3 miles. They walked on their hands through an obstacle course. They did power cleans or hang cleans, squat cleans, up to 350 pounds for women, 315 pounds, and 205 pounds for the women, 315 pounds for the men. They did a sprint workout where they had to do 45 total reps of echo bike calories and snatching. If you've ever used an echo bike or an assault bike, you know that's awful, right? So that the burn in that is super intense. They climbed a pegboard wall. They had single arm overhead squats, right? Just holding your arm up here by itself is sometimes difficult. Imagine squatting all the way down with 70 or 50 pounds in that hand. You had one male hit 305 pounds on a snatch. You had two females hit 200 pounds on a snatch, right? A lot of weight. You had phenomenal feats of strength. And that heavy snatch was after already doing 11 events and 2 full days of competition. So they're not fresh. They're not recovered completely. They're sore and they're still hitting these things. They're showing incredible things. The cool, like one of the last workouts, workout number 14, I believe, they did nearly a double body weight. If you look at the weights, they did 405-pound deadlift for the men, and I believe a 275-pound deadlift for the women. The majority of the women are somewhere between 135 to 150 pounds, right? So that's almost a double body weight, and they did it for anywhere from, I think it was, women had to do 6, 10, 12, men had to do 6, 10, and 14. A lot of weight. They did a lot of weight and they moved it a lot. And not only that, then they did freestanding handstand push-ups, something you've never seen in the CrossFit Games. So incredible feats of fitness. And again, that is the upper echelon. And I think the issue is a lot of people see the CrossFit Games. They love it. Don't get me wrong. I'm a huge fan. I watch every single event. I watch recaps. I listen to podcasts because I'm a weirdo. But everyone sees that and they assume that is what CrossFit is. Like if you go to a CrossFit gym, the butterfly pull-ups, the bar muscle-ups, the ring muscle-ups, oh, that's what you do at a gym. When in reality, that literally is the top 1% of the sport, of the community. Like there are very few people in the world overall who participate in CrossFit who do that. The majority of us, we do what we saw in the age group divisions, which was really cool. 60-year-old individuals, right? When you picture your standard 60-year-old individual, right? Unfortunate image of what you think of a 60-year-old person looks like, right? Imagine 60-year-old Martha walks into your clinic and she comes up to you and says she's having shoulder pain. What do you give her? The yellow TheraBand, right? The little like dumbbells. You get her moving. But what if Martha is kind of looks at you funny, you're like, you know what? Martha's kind of jacked. She doesn't look like the standard 60-year-old I see pretty often. Maybe Martha does CrossFit. Maybe Martha is an elite level master's athlete at the CrossFit Games. What did they do? They ran 3 miles. They did rope climbs. They deadlifted 175 to 255 pounds. They did a max snatch, right? So a lift from the ground straight up overhead and then standing it back up. They did a 300-meter swim. They did chest to bar pull-ups, right? How many of us watching can do just a regular chin over bar pull-up, let alone a chest to bar pull-ups for a lot of repetitions? They did double unders. They did wall walks. They did thrusters, right? That is what we need to understand, that there is inherent risk in anything we do. There's inherent risk in any mode of fitness that we participate in, whether it's running, whether it's weightlifting, whether it's bodybuilding. I have a patient right now who tore his rotator cuff falling off of a bench doing bench press, right? I have yet to see an athlete in my clinic or anywhere I've worked tear the rotator cuff doing chest to bar pull-ups or chin over bar pull-ups or snatches, right? There's inherent risk in everything we do. But what we hear a lot of times is in MMOA, right? What we love in Modern Management of the Old Adult is what is the risk in not doing anything? And in my mind, there's a greater risk in us trying to pull people away from something that's improving metabolic fitness and improving overall fitness, improving strength, and improving functional independence in their lives. When we look at the world as a whole, we know that there is an issue with chronic disease, with diabetes, with obesity, especially in the United States, unfortunately. CrossFit, for whatever, however you see it, in a bad light, in a good light, no matter what, CrossFit's mission has been to change that landscape, to go into these communities, to go anywhere and say, look, this is a recipe. Eat meat, nuts, seeds, some fruit, little starch, no sugars, right? Practice movement, weightlifting, gymnastics, right? And then play sports or have fun, right? That again, I like, that's fitness in 100 words. Look it up and kind of get the bigger gist of it. I just tried to like ballpark the main thing right there. But again, eat cleaner, eat healthier, eat foods that sustain fitness and body composition and don't maintain body fat. Exercise, move, practice the Olympic lifts, practice weightlifting, practice gymnastics, cartwheels, handstands, splits. Like, and again, not exactly those things, but like being comfortable with doing all these different things, being strong in your shoulders, being strong in your hips, being mobile in your midline, being mobile in your legs, being mobile in your shoulders. Keep yourself moving throughout your lifetime. That is what CrossFit is doing. That is what CrossFit is inspiring. If you go to a local CrossFit box, you're going to see everything. I'm located in a CrossFit gym right now. This is my home gym. This is Cream City CrossFit in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We have everyone from 22-year-olds up to 68-year-olds. I posted a couple of weeks ago a workout myself. I did a partner workout with one of our members. His name is Jack. He's 67 years old and he's still crushing it. He was doing 125 pound power cleans alongside me, and he was beating me. He didn't want me to beat him, so he did one more rep every single round than I did. And it's fun. And like you see that and you're like, okay, this 67-year-old is fit. I'm not worried about him falling. I'm not worried about him having issues getting up the stairs. I'm not worried about him doing laundry and carrying up the stairs. Same with anyone else in any age group, right? If you can deadlift 300 pounds, double body weight, 1.5 times body weight, right? I'm not worried about you picking up a 50-pound bag of dog food off the ground, carrying it inside and setting it down, because there's fitness there. I'm not worried about you picking up your dog's hindquarters to get them over something because they're a little older and you don't want to say goodbye to them yet, right? There's things like that where the stronger we are, the fitter we are, the better life we can lead, because we can stay independent, stay functionally fit for as long as we can. And CrossFit is an inspiration to so many people, right? We don't have to push anyone to go to the games, right? That's a very rare, few and far between individuals who have the capacity and the genetics and the strength and the time to train like that. But we should never discourage somebody from pursuing fitness, from pursuing health, from pursuing CrossFit as their mode of health and fitness and wellness, because it works so well. It works so beautifully, right? It's not saying, well, I think it's Pat Sherwood who says, I'm not saying that something else doesn't work. I'm just saying that I've never seen CrossFit not work. And that's what I see too, right? If you're not into the class thing, if you're not into the group fitness, that's fine. It's not for everybody. I get that. But we need to make sure that we never discourage people from participating in something like CrossFit because we have a bad connotation of it. If you've never done CrossFit, I recommend you try it. Even if it's just on your own, just go to a CrossFit main site, find a couple of workouts, find a coach or someone you know nearby. Like, hey, I want to do this workout, but I'm not sure about these movements. Should I scale? Should I modify? Do those things. Try it for a week, right? Try it for 2 weeks. Try it for a month. See what it does for you. See how much stronger you get. See how much fitter you get. And then you can understand. Most importantly, right? If we want to make sure that we're not discouraging people from improving their overall health and fitness, if we want to make sure that we're not saying, you know what, I think you should stop doing CrossFit because it causes shoulder pain, but rather want to be like, hey, let's fix your shoulder pain so you can continue doing CrossFit so you can avoid chronic disease and get healthier and fitter and everything else. You need to understand CrossFit. You understand squatting, deadlifting, pressing, pull-ups, the power clean, the power snatch, the fundamental movements, right, that we see in there, the hinge, the squat, the press, the pull, and the Olympic movements. You need to have a sound understanding of those movements and sound understanding of how to perform them, how to coach them, and how to help with them. You do not have to be an expert, but you should have some knowledge of it. And that's where I'm going to plug Essential Foundations, right? It's clinical management of fitness athlete, Essential Foundations. We talk about all these things. Week 1, front squat. Week 2, back squat. Week 3, deadlift. Okay. We go through them. You do the movements every single week. You break down anyone in the class. You break down. You're in groups. You break down your partner, your group's movements, and say, "This is what I'm seeing. This is what I'm seeing. This is what I'm seeing. How would you correct it?" And you kind of dive through that. You understand it. You look at it. You learn the lingo. That way, when you have someone who comes into your clinic who maybe is a 55-year-old who is doing chest to bar pull-ups, you don't say like, you know what, you're a little old for that, and I don't think you should be doing it. You know, CrossFit's unsafe, and it's just money in my pocket. Think, okay, there's a reason you love it. The community means something to you. What can I do to either modify, scale, or change that movement so you can continue to be a part of that community, as well as continue to work on your functional fitness so I can help you stay out of the healthcare system. We don't want to see people in the hospital later on in life, right? We don't want to see people over medicated for things that they can control with diet and exercise. And if we can come alongside something like CrossFit or I mean, you have F45, you have Orange Theory, whatever it is, but don't, like, rather than telling people you should stop doing what you love, stop doing what makes you feel good, stop doing what gives you a good health and fitness and wellness and makes you feel strong. Let's find out how we can help these individuals stay in those communities, stay strong, stay fit. And who knows, maybe one day you'll have a client who you work with at 45, who they catch the bug, they drink the Kool-Aid, and by the time they're 51, you get to go cheer them on at the CrossFit Games. That's some really cool stuff. That's my goal. I got 20 years to train for it. Anyway, hopefully that's helpful. Hopefully that's inspiring. Great way to start the Monday. If you have no idea what the CrossFit Games are, go to YouTube, check out some of the videos, check out some of the events. Really, really cool stuff. Just check the highlights if you want. It's a lot of fun. If you're looking for CrossFit, if you're in the Milwaukee area and you want to try CrossFit, shoot me a message. Happy to introduce you here. Happy to pay your drop-in fee here. Again, that's not an open invite to everybody to show up and ask me to pay the drop-in fee. But if you're someone local, you want to check it out, please hit me up. Happy to show you around. I think we have a free day thing here. Come check it out. Have a wonderful week, everybody. Have a great Monday. Thank you for tuning in, and we will catch you next time.
Hey, thanks for tuning in to the PT on Ice Daily Show. If you enjoyed this content, head on over to iTunes and leave us a review. And be sure to check us out on Facebook and Instagram at the Institute of Clinical Excellence. If you're interested in getting plugged into more ICE content on a weekly basis while earning CEUs from home, check out our virtual ICE online mentorship program at ptonice.com. While you're there, sign up for our Hump Day Hustling newsletter for a free email every Wednesday morning with our top 5 research articles and social media posts that we think are worth reading. Head over to ptonice.com and scroll to the bottom of the page to sign up.